people were outraged that we might even consider the possibility of inviting them on the air, which nothing was confirmed, as Fergal told us before 11. We do an item on them because they're in the news. We select a lot of our content from the news of the day. But Fiona, good morning.
Hi.
You would have been appalled at the prospect of talking to them.
Well, to be honest with you, I wasn't actually saying censorship is good or bad. I would have spoken to them because I think we need to challenge these people, actually, and especially because of the election in the US. And Trump has literally given a green light for parties like this, and they've got an extra confidence that they didn't have before. And I think that this is going to be the future, sadly, that this is going to be something that we are going to have to really deal with head on. And I don't like this party at all. I don't like what they represent. They are like other parties here in Ireland, like Identity Ireland, which basically believe in the same kind of attitudes. And what is wrong with multicultural society? I think it's a great thing. I love that my children are growing up in a country that supports difference and supports different cultures. And what really annoys me, I suppose, with these parties is that they're obsessed with this kind of identity issue and Ireland and all this kind of thing that we just heard prior with Billy. But what I think
that's not new. I mean, the anti-immigration platform, and you're down there in West Cork. Anya Ní Chonaill is also in West Cork. The person who set up the I've got the name. Yeah, that's that platform, immigration control platform. Like, they've been on. Not often, but they've been on. Like, should we or should we not have, if Justin Barrett were available to me right now, should I or should I not have him on?
To be honest with you, I mean, I saw all the comments on Facebook yesterday, and they were, people were saying they shouldn't be given a voice. But, to be honest, like I said, now, more than ever, we need to challenge this issue. We have Trump elected. He is the president. People support his beliefs. He supports basically abusing women. He laughs at people with disabilities, which includes, the autistic community. Yes. We have a real worrying future ahead of us. And I think that maybe, it hasn't gotten us anywhere, I suppose, to date by saying, don't talk to them. I'm really worried. I'm actually terrified. And I've met many people in West Cork over the last week who are so happy to be living here and they feel relatively safe. But then we see this party, coming out of the woodwork. And that is only, I believe, because of what's happened in America. The attacks in the last week in America, the racist slurs are coming out all over the internet. It's absolutely appalling because of Trump, because he has proven that, being this way can get you elected. This is a very, very scary time to be living in, and we have the rise of the right with Le Pen and Brexit. And what really annoys me about this sovereign thing, and I want to make this point because I think it's important, I think that many of these groups with this belief are using it, and it's really just a front for racism. I see so many parties on Facebook like Identity Ireland, the Irish Voice, all saying they're all for Ireland and unity and identity. But if you look behind the scenes, the racism is horrendous, PJ, the memes, and it's all about colour.
But just because I disagree with something a person might say doesn't make it wrong.
No, and I suppose I believe in freedom of speech, and I actually, I champion that. But we need to challenge hate speech, and I suppose there's two ways of doing that, isn't it? There's like, don't let them talk, don't give them a platform, and I can understand that, and I can understand the fear, especially because of the election. But is that the way forward? Is that how we're going to remedy it? I think we need to educate people. I think we need to look at our children, because I'm really worried about that, because I've seen racism even here in West Cork.
So I think what you're saying to me is, Fiona, look, if they want to talk, let them talk, and we can answer them.
I think the most important thing is not, to have a debate that isn't biased. And I suppose the reason why I would have supported the cancellation of the meeting was it would have been basically them spewing hatred. But in a situation like today, it might be better for us to challenge these people.
So you would be against, obviously, you support the Merrion Hotel for cancelling their launch event, but you would be okay with a debate. John O'Donovan is there as well. John, good morning to you.
Good morning, how are you doing?
Good.
I think it's outrageous, for any hotel to cancel anything that was booked in.
Is it?
I think it is, because, look, you either you're going to take the business and you believe in freedom of speech, because this is the hotel imposing a censorship on a party that wanted to have a meeting people would have been invited. People, it's up to people themselves. If there's one of these kicks off here in Cork, I will go to it because I want to know what it's all about. Otherwise, as you just referenced earlier on, it's going back to section 31, where unless you could read lips on the television, you didn't know what Jerry Adams was saying. Yes, anyone that could get BBC here, you could hear the whole thing. It was absolutely ridiculous. I want to know.
So you don't think that the Marion Hotel should have cancelled the launch today?
No, I think it's absolutely outrageous, and I think they should be bloody well sued for doing it. And if they come to Cork, and if some hotel takes them here, I will be in the audience. And if I want to ask questions, I'll ask questions if I feel it's going one way or the other. And listen, this whole thing that it's all about racism now, you ask yourself this question, right? The Brexit, right? A huge part of that, PJ, was about people were frightened that the whole demographics of the United Kingdom was being changed. Trump tapped into something over there, rightly or wrongly, right? People are frightened with the mass movement now from the Middle East and everything, including here now, right? And people are worried, and people are talking like this on the streets. And that's why a party like this, if it comes to...
But Fiona's argument is, and Mark Malone's argument earlier on, was by having a high-profile launch in a hotel like that, you give, if you like, you give credence to what's behind the organisation.
But I mean, like, if they're going to launch something, I mean, there's stuff launched every day of the week. I mean, like, we had new parties like Wayne Wood there who just came from within the system itself anyway, right? But look, surely with regard to something's being launched, a party, whether you like it or don't like it, or agree or disagree with their philosophies or their speech, surely they're entitled to have a lunch and to hold meetings where I can turn up and other citizens and stand up if I don't like something and voice my opinion.
So Fiona, John thinks that the meeting should have been allowed to go ahead and that it was wrong of the hotel to cancel.
Outrageous.
Well, I don't agree. I mean, I think I agree.
Well, you mustn't believe in freedom.
Hold on, let her speak now, John. Let her speak.
Yeah.
It is giving credence to a party because they are a party. It's not like they're just a bunch of people. And I suppose that makes it more frightening because they are a recognised party and it's a political issue. And I really think that's why people are afraid. And they're really afraid at this time. I mean, I have friends in the LGBT community who are absolutely terrified because of Trump being elected and the impact it will have on minority groups in society.
Look,
and this is the real worry here. People like this who spread hatred, which is what they're doing, John, they are anti-women, they're anti-rights for women, they are basically saying they don't want other cultures in our society. How can that be healthy? They talk about refugees taking our jobs. Look how we're treating refugees here in Ireland. We've been locked up in direct provision for 10 years or more. They can't cook for themselves. They're not allowed to work.
But Fiona, John's point is to do with the launch. The launch today has been...
I do not think that they should be given, and I think the Marion Hotel did very well, because to be affiliated with an organisation or a movement
therefore
like
you
that
believe
is
in
not
censorship, sure, and you cannot believe
that
in freedom of speech.
Like I said to PJ,
we're either living in a democracy, Fiona, or we're not.
Well, to be honest with you, the word democracy means one thing to some people. Because we know what happens, John. We've seen this happen before. Do you remember Germany? Do you remember Nazi Germany?
It's happening. Simple
this
as
is
that.
happening. We want to stem it. We want to stem the rise of hatred.
I mean, if you're going to keep talking like this now, you want to listen just for a second, right?
Yeah,
you either believe in democracy or don't. And if somebody wants to launch something, they should be quite entitled to do it.
No, this isn't somebody. These are neo-Nazis. These people hang out with Nazis. This isn't somebody. Would you give Hitler a platform, John? Would you today? Would you give him a platform? Answer the question. Would you give Hitler a platform?
John, answer the question. If a man called Adolf Hitler wanted to book a public meeting in the Imperial Hotel.
But that's ridiculous. Hitler is dead and gone.
That's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. And you are short-sighted, John. This is what we're looking ahead to.
You could go along to that meeting and you could stand up and you could voice your opinion the same.
Really? Do you know what they do to people like me? They threaten me like I was threatened when I ran in the general election. I spoke out against Identity Ireland. I had to go to the guards because I got a phone call from Mr. O'Loughlin threatening to silence me. So they're not nice people.
All the more reason, if they came to Cork, that you should say that and stand up in an audience.
I speak out all the time, but they do not. They do not listen to what we say. They call us libtards.
I've only one thing to put to you both before I go to a break, and it was a two-pronged question. First of all, free speech is either free speech or it isn't. And secondly, Fiona, if you stop this group today, Who do you stop tomorrow?
I can't stop this group. That's why I'm saying we need to look at a new way forward to deal with these groups, to deal with hatred, to deal with the far right, which is rising. We have Brexit, now we have Trump.
When there was pro-choice groups having meetings, so, you know, I would stop going into one of them, right? But I didn't put a picket outside and that, I'll go into the hotel and say that shouldn't take place, right? Okay? I totally disagree with him because I'm pro-life, right? But I wouldn't stop him. In actual fact, there was a meeting in a GA place up in Dublin there, I forget the name of it now, they spoke out in another
I remember
place.
the story.
It was disgraceful. They were cancelled because they were pro-choice.
This was it was a GA
and that
club,
was wrong, even though I'm totally opposed to the people, but it was wrong. They should be allowed.